Alright, so for this slideshow, we're going to explore the different events during John Adams' presidency. Um, so if you're absent today, make sure, or for this lecture, make sure that you bring your current event in tomorrow. And then to do now was just like a review, name one domestic and one foreign policy under Washington's presidency. Alright, so let's jump into it. So under um, as we talked about last slide, we had some issues with France. So France was upset with Washington's neutrality proclamation. They're upset that we remain neutral in their issue with Britain, and they felt that we should uphold the military alliance that we had when they helped us with the Revolutionary War. So they began to seize our ships in the Caribbean, and we didn't like that, so we sent delegates to France to talk to the prime minister named Talleyrand. So this is what led to the XYZ affair. Um, so they went to go see Talleyrand, but the U.S. delegates were rejected by France because we were having issues. But then some secret agents named Mr. X, Mr. Y, and Mr. Z came and gave us a secret offer. Um, in order to talk to Talleyrand, they wanted an apology from John Adams. They wanted us to give France a loan, and then they wanted us to pay $250,000 to talk to Talleyrand. No, so yeah, so that $250,000 was just to talk. It could potentially have no change. So that's a horrible deal. So it was definitely refused. This is just a picture of the XYZ affair. Like these are the delegates, and then um, these are the secret agents that are talking to them. Yeah, so just look at how the secret agents are portrayed. They're not really seen as human. And this was actually created by a British artist, so since they were having issues with the French, you could see why they were portrayed this way. Um, so with a lot of criticisms going on about what the Americans should do, there were some criticisms about the government. So um, John Adams decided to pass the Alien Act, which makes it tougher to become a U.S. citizen. And the reason that they wanted to do this was since they were having issues with people of other countries, they didn't really know who to trust. So um, rather than living here for 5 years and becoming a citizen, you had to live here for 14 years to become a citizen, which makes it harder to vote. And one of the reasons that they did that is because then immigrants can't come in and then vote for the opposing party of John Adams. And then the president could deport pretty much whoever he wanted. Um, then the Sedition Act. This limited speech and writings of the critics of the government. You could be fined or jailed for criticizing the president or the government, and this 100% violates the First Amendment of the free speech. Um, so this is just a picture of like a political cartoon, honest opinion, free speech, and free press, and this is the sedition bill is trying to put them down. And then what came next was some pushback. Obviously, the people aren't going to be okay with the government just taking away their rights. So that came the Virginia and Kentucky revolutions, which the government overstepped its powers with these acts, and the idea of nullification, which meant that the states can nullify any federal laws that go against their rights. All right, next we'll talk about Thomas Jefferson's presidency.